Welcome back, and as promised, this is the second reading on a theme I suppose inspired by Eyeries. Quite close to Eyeries, up here in the hills, is a beautiful lake called Loch Fada, and this poem inspired me because there's some sense of the place connecting with our history and prehistory, and it inspires me in that regard. So this poem is a little bit different to my usual themes, but I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so I call this on Loch Fada, this vigilant serpent. They knew their island was a rich prize in the Western Ocean, so the Tuatha Dé Danann devised the greatest magic to defend it. The wise ones foretold an attack on the back of the great wind of the southwest, the same wind that brings the warm rains that paint the land green. They called on all the spirits and all the magic of the world, and in a great incantation that lasted through several moon cycles, they made Loch na Éireann. 5 giant fingers pressed into the ocean, fingers that could snap closed on the most agile fly, powerful enough to repel the strongest tide, swell or gale, ready to squash an army, to curl into a fist to flatten mountains, or reach back to Escariada and cast it as a spear to slay the devil himself. They incised neatly in the middle finger an open burrow, into which they placed a great serpent, that mortal creatures see only as a narrow, curling lake. That serpent can spit fire greater than a volcano, can leap with more agility and alacrity than a grasshopper, and further than Skellig. Its fangs, more splendid than the columns of the temple of Artemision, hold venom enough to stop every heart in all the armies of the world. It can freeze to rock at a single stare the bravest of the brave. It can emit a scream of horror to flatten an ocean in full storm. Their defence did not comprehend the freak nature of Amragan's advance, cast ashore on the tongue before his foot touched land, plucking their entire world like a ripe apple, all its elements of sky, land and sea, charmed and cowed in equal measure every living thing. In instant council, the Tuatha Dé Danann retreated, admitting the chance of his landing, conceding the strength of his mind and tongue, gracing him, his brother, and all who were with them, and those that might follow in their line, everything on the green land of the island. Amragan heard at that moment a language alien and at once as familiar as his mother's lullaby, and he yielded to their entreaty in perpetuity. No creature shall die to curse this bountiful land that had fallen to him, and those that had ruled here shall be granted their wish of altar. At every dawn they shall have the freedom to live their dreams and share the glory of sun and the winds up here in a sealed world. Theirs, numbering almost as the stars in the firmament, every microcosm dewdrop, on every curved blade of grass with a rainbow to the sky, shall be the worlds of the Tuatha Dé Danann. The night will be the liminal world of theirs and ours, and the line of peace between us. Amragan's generosity they repaid with a gift of the great serpent to hold his land, but warned only to call it forth on the day of lost hope. And here it still lies on the middle finger, through days of great pestilence, hunger, distress and pain. It has been motionless in its lair. For the ones that followed Armageddon have never yet been visited by the ultimate horror, a day devoid of hope. I hope you enjoyed, and a lot of references to mysterious things in that, and I hope they haven't detracted from your enjoyment of it. I look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Bye bye.